Welcome into the shop. I'm Kate with the Little Shop on Maryknoll, and this is the haul for the weekend of February 19th through the 22nd. I am at my first house on the 19th, and I was told previously that this house was full of vintage treasures. And that I was going to get dirty because it was a picking house. So lots of outbuildings and things of that nature. So I'm actually kind of excited to get in there and see what kind of things I can find. I also sometimes will come out on Thursdays to scout for Friday because usually Friday is 25% off. And I like to have as much of a margin as I can possibly get. But obviously, I will grab things if it's a decent price and the margin is big enough. So hopefully I'll be able to walk away with some things. But if not, then it'll be a good scouting to tell me if I want to come back tomorrow. So I guess I'll go in and see what I can find. Okay, so I don't think that was the sale that I thought it was going to be. When I got into the house, I was thinking, I think that picker sale is actually starting tomorrow. It doesn't start today. So this was a different sale. Things were a little higher priced than I really wanted to pay. I did get a few things though. Things that maybe I will regret picking up. I guess we'll see in the coming weeks. But I did pick up this Charleston recipe book. It's in really good condition. And isn't it kind of cool? Like, I like the graphics. Green on the back. It's got its original price tag in there for $7. And let me see. When was it written? Copyright 1950. There's no way this was 1981. This is the 23rd printing of this book, 1981. Anyways, it's in really good condition. It's got some really cute graphics in there. Let me see if I can show you some of the graphics. Some of the pictures. Come on, Kate. Here's St. Philip's Church, 1835. And then you have these little people at the top of the pages here. But everything's in really good condition. So I did pick it up. I picked it up for $7, which is a lot more than I usually, seriously, that's a lot more than I usually pay for a cookbook. I usually like to be $3 or less for a cookbook, and I paid up for this one. So it does have Charleston recipes along the spine. So really good kitchen decor book. And then I picked up a cloisonne hummingbird. I do like a good cloisonne piece. I just thought it was really pretty. It was $3, so I think that's pretty decent for a piece. And it's pretty substantial. It's kind of heavy. It's pretty substantial. So pick that up for $3. And then I picked up the Steelers because my nephew loves the Steelers. So there you go. I got it for him. So I spent $13 all together. So let's head to the next place. And I will probably be doing one more estate sale and then a thrift store because I'm over here. You might as well, right? Okay, let's go to the next house. Okay, so just got done with the second estate sale for the day. Last estate sale of the day. I'm going to be doing thrift stores now. I didn't fare all that much better than the first house. But I did get some things. I spent $20.71. And I purchased, let's see. I purchased these new in the box 10 light set Christmas house, steady burning lights for Christmas tree, garlands, wreaths, and more. I got them $1 each, and I was able to purchase 3. This is definitely going to be going up on eBay. I feel like I can't really go wrong with $1 a piece, right? That, and I did look them up. So 2 sold for 18, and I have 3. So maybe I can get a little more than 18. So that'll be good. I also bought these Christmas light set, Everglow, also $1.35 indoor. I might keep these. I actually like to put a set of colored lights in front of my TV when it's Christmas time. So I don't know. I might keep them. These are also really good. These vintage lights for when you pick up vintage Hallmark that do the motion. They don't cooperate with modern lights. They need vintage strands. So hopefully this will be old enough to work. Okay, I purchased this little beauty. The picture is kind of faded in my opinion. I did pay $5 for this little piece of artwork. But you know what? It reminded me of Anne of Green Gables. And I think mini artwork is desirable right now. To just have like a little moment on a wall or on an easel. I just think it's really pretty. So I picked that up for $5. Okay, these are really pretty. I want to show you. These are Bells, Bells, Bells from Martin & Son, exclusive import, Roanoke, Virginia. And I did open to look and see what they were. Aren't those pretty? I think they're so pretty. So they have a little chime sound to them. They do have a little clapper right here. And I bought 2 sets of these. There's this one. Let me see. This one seems to be a little bit stuck. Hold on. All right, how does that work? Oh, that knot is not like quite big enough. I have to look because there's actually 5. How cute are those? But this one is resting on that one. So I'm going to have to look and see what separates them. Oh, it's actually that one. There's a thing inside. Very interesting. Okay. So maybe this one is missing that little piece. So there's that. I picked this up for $4. And it has its original box. So I thought that was really pretty. And I have a second one, and I didn't open up that one, and that was my mistake. I should have opened it. It's not a good practice to buy things unseen. That's not very smart. So hopefully I don't get bit for it. Let's see. Ooh, this one seems to be in even better condition. Yeah, this one has a glass ball at the top. That one's in better condition. Has a sticker on it. Made in Taiwan. I just think they are darling. I love them. And you know what? I don't think this is just a Christmas decoration. I just think those are really lovely. So, and this also has the original box. This person ripped the box though. So that's unfortunate. Whoever was trying to open it. Cool. At least now I know what it's supposed to look like, right? All right. So I bought those. They were $4 each. So $8 on Bells. And my last one was $2 on this vintage cloth. See the roosters and the sunflowers with a little picket gate. Unused book, journal. And there is an envelope in the back. And it looks like it's stuck to the inside, like it's stuck. Like, so maybe there's a reason why she liked envelopes in her thing, but she never ended up using this one. But this is from Quillmark, 1985. So this journal's from 1985 and it's unused. And I thought with the rooster pattern in the sunflowers. I just thought it was really kind of sweet and totally vintage. So this will be going in my Etsy and eBay shop. So that's it. That's it for this house. $20.71. That's what I came out with. I think I had some good buys. Are they all fun buys? No, they're not. They're not fun. But like, I'm not excited about the Christmas lights or anything. But sometimes, if you remember my original goal, maybe you don't even know what my goal is. My goal is to go from part-time reseller to full-time reseller, making a full-time income doing this. So that my husband and I, we both work multiple jobs, and I would like us to each work one job. So I would like this to be a full-time income so that that can happen. That's a possibility. So sometimes that means you have to buy the things that are not really fun, that don't really get your goat or get you going, but that are going to sell because there's a demand for them out there. So that's kind of what that's what those Christmas lights were. So, okay, let's see. I think I'm definitely headed to another thrift store or to a thrift store. The question is, do I want to drive 20 minutes further or do I want to start heading towards home? Because I'm already across the bay. So I don't know. Decisions. I'll let you know where I end up. Okay. So I went to two thrift shops. I went to Goodwill and I went to St. Paul's Thrift. And I love St. Paul's Thrift. I always find something worth picking up here. But that was my second stop. So let's talk about Goodwill first. And I walked away with this mug right here. It says relax. There's a woman on the job. And, everything is totally chaotic, but she is in her pink heels, taking the phone call and finding the paperwork and getting it done. This is a Hallmark Mug Mates. And I picked it up for $3. And the reason why I picked it up is this is not going to give me my $20 profit margin. It's just not. However, the only ones I could find online of these were sold. And they were sold for $18. So if you remember, I like to make $20 profit or $15 quickly. So I have a feeling this mug is actually going to go kind of quick. It's vintage. It's got a empowered woman statement on it. And it's kind of cute. It's kind of cheeky for the office, right? So I grabbed that. Okay, then I headed over to St. Paul's and I spent $177.39. 39 cents. What did I buy? I know. I'm still feeling a little nervous. I'm actually quite in some ways, I am very risk adverse. I don't love being risky. But if I did my homework correctly, which I pulled the trigger, so I think I did it correctly. Obviously, I think I did it correctly. We'll see. Then, this was my big buy. This is a Hair Max Laser Band 41. I did open it up. It's not like sealed in plastic. I opened it up. It looked untouched. Nobody has used this before. They wanted $150 for it. Okay. And I looked it up on eBay because this is clearly not an Etsy find. This is an eBay find. I looked it up on eBay and they were on there. They were definitely on there, and they ranged anywhere from like $299 all the way up to over $400 for this Laser Band 41. And so I saw the numbers, but now I want to know, well, how many of them are selling? So I always go to the filters. Currently, there's 38 on the market. So I went to my filters and I went to sold, and 35 are currently on the market. 58 have sold in the last 90 days. That's an excellent sell-through rate. So I really hemmed and hawed about this. I mean, like, I called my husband, we had a conversation. He calmly reminded me about, what did he call them? Some type of factor that's not emotional. What did he say? He used a specific word. Anyways, um, we know the sell through rate. We know how much they're selling for. So 150 is a lot of money, but if the lowest that it's selling for is 250, that's a good return. That's a good return on investment. So from all of the metrics, maybe he used that word, all the metrics. From all of the metrics, I can tell that that I think this is a good buy. So I pulled the trigger. 150. That's a lot of money to hold up, but I don't know. Stick with me, and we'll see if it ends up being in one of my what sold videos. Hopefully, it is. Okay, so that's the big. That was 150. Then I purchased this. I love this. We don't even have to have this in here. I love this sleeping glass cat. Some of them are Indiana glass. Some of them are from Avon. I do not see a marking on this. I've actually already sold this, but this is bigger than the one I had. But it sold quite quickly. The one I had sold for $29.99, and it didn't take very long. So I will be putting this up. I think it will be going for more than $29 because of how big it is. It is heavy. I mean, it's solid glass, but it's adorable. I did pay $6 for it. The other one I paid, I want to say $2 or $3 for. So just if you're a cat person, sleeping cats, I don't know. Okay, last item before I drive away from the parking lot. Ugh. I'm picking up some weird crap. I know. This is a bamboo steamer basket. Has multiple levels. Okay, so I paid $6 for this. I looked it up on Amazon. They sell for $71. $71. It looks like it's really well constructed. It's got the bamboo top. Again, doesn't look like it's hardly been used at all, if at all. So I paid the $6 for it. I did see one on eBay for $18, which is not like real hopeful for me. However, theirs was different than mine, and this could very well be something that I keep. My children and I are interested in learning how to make like Chinese food or Japanese food. And so I think for some of the things that we would like to make, a bamboo steamer is actually appropriate, an appropriate tool that we'll need in the kitchen. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'll try to have my husband put the words in the video if I decide to keep it. But it was only $6, and if they cost $71 on Amazon, then if I do want to purchase it, obviously I don't want to pay $71. I'd rather pay $6. So the wiggle room is there. You know, I can keep it or I can sell it. We'll see. I'll talk to my kids and we'll see what they say. But that wraps up my Friday haul. And tomorrow is the day for the picking. The house that has tons and tons of outbuildings to pick through. And the person who runs the estate sale said that she did not even bother pricing. She couldn't price everything because there's so much stuff. So I will be heading there tomorrow morning. I will take you along with me and I will show you what I get. So this wraps up Thursday. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it is Friday the 20th of February, and I went to 2 estate sales. The first one was very near to where I live, and that was first thing this morning, 8 a.m. Went there, and then I had to rush out of there because my brother and sister-in-law are in town, and we were meeting them for breakfast, which I was like 3 minutes late. So I had to rush. And then after breakfast, we all went across the bay to the picking estate sale. And they were not kidding. This estate sale was crazy. So many outbuildings and sheds packed. We're talking like totes upon just boxes and trunks and shelving units packed full of everything and anything you can imagine. So we'll get into what I purchased. I was feeling very hot. The Alabama heat and humidity definitely showed up today. I was a little bit bummed because it's been so cool here lately. It would have been perfect if the weather remained cool for today. However, it did not. And we were all like sweating to where you get like sweat in your eyes. It's like an uncomfortable thing. But I digress. Let me show you my first pickup. I bought two items. It's a set. 2 items at the first estate sale. I spent $30 and I purchased these. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited about these. These are Duraglass bottles, amber bottles that are swirl bottles that they're quite vintage, and somebody made them into a lamp. And I have 2. I am so pumped. I cannot wait to clean these up. And I don't know if I'm going to sell them as a pair. I did pay $30 for them. So I don't know if I'm going to sell them as a pair or if I'm going to list them separately. I just think they're really beautiful. So $30. This was the first pickup of the morning. Went to breakfast at the Flying Biscuit, which was really great. And then I went out to across the bay. So the next place, I don't know how many items. We'll have to count together how many items I picked up. But I paid altogether $37. That's it. $37 for everything I'm about to show you. And I will just tell you right now that I did pick up in my digging. Well, I'll start with this then. In one of the outbuildings, I was digging through a trunk and I found this pouch of jewelry. Now, mind you, at the very opening of the sale, there were many totes with tons of jewelry. And I'm not really in the jewelry game. I don't know anything about jewelry. There's so much to learn. It seems overwhelming to me. So I don't even bother. Going over there. Sometimes I'll pick up pins, but that's really at an antique mall where I can take my time. I'll have to show you guys the antique mall sometime. It's crazy how many pins, and usually I'm looking for brooches when I'm over there. Anyways, all that to say, I was in one of the outbuildings and I was digging through a trunk and I found this blue little thing with all these necklaces, and in it, because it was kind of wrapped up, and in it was a ring. And the ring was not bright shiny like this. This stuff is all like bright shiny. It is all marked Korea. There's no other marking, so obviously I don't think these are even gold plated in any way. I don't know, but they are kind of nice looking. But there was a ring and it could fit on my pinky, and it looked like to me, actually I'm going to have my husband put up a photo of it because I did take a picture of it. But I did find out that it was stamped on the band of the ring 14 karat gold. And then to me, it looked like rubies, baguettes of rubies. And then there were like 3 diamonds. The diamonds were very, very small, but it looked authentic. So on the way home, at the estate sale, I paid $37 for everything I'm about to show you, including the ring. And on the way home, I was like, take me to this jewelry and coin place. And Brandon took me. And yeah, they gave me $90 for the ring. So it was marked 14 karat gold. And I asked him if he thought the stones were real, and he said yes, he does think they're real. 4 stones were missing, 4 baguettes of rubies were missing. Had the rubies been intact, I would be showing you that ring right now, and I would try selling it myself on Etsy. It was clearly a ring from like the 1950s, 1950s to 1970s. It was obvious. That's how old it was. I would be trying. However, it did have 4 stones missing, so when he offered me $90 to scrap it, I just decided to scrap it. And so, cha-ching, I already sold something. So there you go. So that was my first, well, one of the things I picked up. All right. I know, this is weird, right? I bought a big ladybug, a huge fly. Oops, sorry for the mic. A bumblebee, and a grasshopper. So I got them because they are large and they are vintage for sure. They were made in the 90s, and they're a great way for kids to learn the anatomy of bugs. I'm a homeschooling mom, so some of these things are just on the forefront of my mind. So I could put these on Etsy, and I might very well put them on Etsy, but I'm going to sell them as a group of big bugs. But how cool, right? Like if my sons were still young or my daughter was still young, I could totally see them playing with these. Absolutely. So they're not in the best condition. His antlers are missing, and the fly has an antler missing here, or antennae, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry. But yeah, 1998. I just thought it was kind of cool, right? All right, so I got the really large bugs. So I'll put them back in the box here. I was overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed sometimes at places like this where you're picking through like piles and piles of stuff. I do get overwhelmed. Okay, so I picked up this Nintendo cleaning kit. I understand it's not in the best shape. The box, looks like it's been crushed a little, but here's the Nintendo cleaning kit. I did look up comps on these. If they're in really good condition, like you just bought it from the store, some of them go for like $300. So I don't know what I'm going to get for something in this condition, but it was so cheap. I'm willing to try. And it was a little bit of nostalgia. If I'm being honest, it was a little bit of nostalgia. All right. Mary Ingle Bright teapot light set. Lighted teapot. How cute are those, right? I've got to plug them in to make sure they work, but they don't appear like they have ever been taken out of the box. So I'm going to assume that they work. I did assume that they worked because I bought them. But yeah, so there's that. Oh. All right, I got this little Barton Creek collection Gund. It's a little gentleman bear with his little pocket watch and his double-breasted vest. And he is obviously in good condition because he's in plastic. And I got another Gund Dorothy. So, yeah, little Dorothy bear with Toto. So, I picked these up. Okay. I picked up, let's see. I could only find 2 of these. So I picked up 2 of one and 1 of the other. But I've got a daisy and button set here. Tray with the teacup. So I picked up 2 of these. I kind of like the look, right? It's kind of cool. So I got 2, and I figured, if anybody, it's them and their husband or whatever, I don't know. It's kind of mesmerizing though. It's kind of cool. Okay, so I did pick up 2 of those and 1 of this plate with this cup. So, which is also cool. Definitely a different style though. So I didn't know, because the prices were so cheap, I was willing to risk that. I was willing to risk it. So that's why I bought those. But I'm not nearly as confident about that as I am as, let's say, the lamps. The lamps I'm pretty confident about. I think they're going to sell really good. Okay. Almost there, guys. Oh, let me bring this up. All right, we have a Garfield alarm clock, and yes, I did plug it in. I found a plug. I found an outlet, and I plugged it in, and it did light up. So I have to clean him. Obviously, he is dirty, but I'm so excited about that. Okay, and then I found, let's just get all the Garfield stuff out of the way. I found this phone. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. I'm like so excited. Clearly vintage. It is old. I don't know. Like, I would like to plug it in and to see. I don't have a landline, but I'd be happy if I just heard a dead sound, right? From Tyco. I don't know. It is missing a button. I didn't notice that it was missing a button before. Yeah, it's missing the 9. So I don't know if I'll get anything for it. Not sure. But I don't have to worry as much because, seriously, it was $37 for everything. All right. Oh, yeah. Here's the other plate that I was telling you about. And I picked up these 2 items. This is it. After this is it. These are chalkware. Chalkware coquette bow curtain rod holders. I love them. I think these are going to do really well. First off, they're chalkware. So that's likely to be from the 50s. I'm going to say the 50s, but they totally fit the vibe. I like this vibe a lot. This coquette, girly, very feminine touches. So these will definitely go up on Etsy, but they'll also be on eBay. But they are legit old. No doubt about it. So there you go. I don't know if I'll be getting anything tomorrow. But that's everything I got today. And yeah, I'm going to go in and do some more work. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely see you on Sunday with a haul. Not this haul. No, I'll see you on Wednesday because these come out on Sundays. I'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah. All right.